Hello everyone, we're going to be taking our first look at the World Division fights. Pretty much going to use mostly the same team and swap out a little bit for these early fights and see how everything goes. So first up, we have a Waterfight. So water insect type, so water-based team. So I have Lord of Seas Nicole just for his buffing. He's starting in secondary form and we're just going to limit burst. We're going to see about turn 1 killing everything. Starlight Elena is here for an AR chain. Elena is her chaining partner. Cacteria for the imbue and breaks. And then Roberta, we're going to use her tag for damage. So base form, magic build. $300 insect for her. And Riser, we're going to use his limit. So he's got 300 insect and 300 LB damage. Also using a great sword with the leave things to me for the extra great sword in peril. Alright, let's check it out. Alright, I'll come back and scan this after. Alright, Nicole, shifted a limit for the buffs. Cacteria, let's have you do a water and imbue for the team. Let's have you... See, nobody's using spirit. Yep, okay, so we'll just do the big spirit and defense breaks then. Alright, Elena. We're going to be lazy. We're just going to cast an AR. So a single cast of AR for both of them. Roberta. Triple Mystic Breath. And Riser. A Limit Burst. Alright, we should get our 100 chain with this. Oh yeah. And I think that's plenty of damage. Yeah, Roberta in the lead, Riser not too far behind, but then again, they actually had gear where Elena and Starlight didn't. Okay, next up we have an Earthfight against Stone. So changes to the team were killers on Roberta and Riser, and we swapped in Roka for the buffs. So we're just going to use her Limit Burst and buff up. Both the Elena's is the same, Cacteria is the same. And then Roberta swapped out killers. So 300 Stone Killer for her. And Riser swapped out some killers as well. So he also has 300 stone and has that 300 limit. Alright, let's jump into this one. Alright, so Roka. Let's buff. Alright, Cacteria. So this time we need to do the Earth Imbue for the good in peril. And then we'll just Spirit and Defense break. Starlight. AR Chain. Elena. AR Chain. Roberta. triple Mystic Breath. And Riser can Limit Burst. Yeah, a little bit less on the damage, but should still be more than enough. Yeah, Rise is still about 10 billion behind Roberta. Alright, should be another perfect. Alright, next up is a Firefight, this time against Beast. So we have Louise for Fire Rate and View and Spirit Break. Give her Obsidian Bracer so that we have a defense break. Elena's the same. Starlight's the same. Then we have Cetra, her shifted form. We're going to use her Limit Burst, add some chain, and get some good buffs in there. And then Roberta, we swapped out Killers. So we have 300 Beast on Roberta. And Riser, swapped out his Killers. So 300 Beast on Riser. Alright, let's jump into this one. Alright, so Louise has to go first. We'll Fire Starter, we'll Incapacitate. Let's see, we'll get stat buffs from Aerith. So we'll Fire Power. And Diverse. So Aerith will Limit Burst first. Starlight is going to AR Chain. Elena will AR Chain. And then we'll have Roberta triple on Mystic Breath. And Riser can Limit Burst. So we're going to hit Aerith first, then everybody else. Riser only had 80% defense break, where Roberta had a 90% spirit break. That should be another perfect there. Okay, next up we have a wind fight against birds. So, team we got here. So we'll just start Bulwark in shifted mode. So we have Bulwark for the buffer. He's going to Wind and View and Killer for us. So in the shift, I gave him Dragon's Brush, Pause, and Call of the Wild, just so that we could cast everything we want to. Starlight's the same. Elena's the same. We have Krelia here for breaking. She'll also help fill Bulwark so that he can cast his stuff. Roberta, we just changed out Killers. So 300 Bird Killer there. And then Riser changed out his Killers as well. So we got 300 bird and a limit for him. Alright, let's jump into this fight. Alright, we'll have Kralia go first. Or actually, Bulwark actually should have enough to cast everything. Let's see. Because we need to Tempest Tempo for the Imperil and Wind and View. We want to Bird Killer. I guess we'll actually just Mixtape because he doesn't start with triple, that's right. So Tempo and Mixtape for some buffs. And Kralia can just Calamity Concoction for the big breaks. Starlight will just AR Chain. Elena can AR Chain. Mystic Breath with Roberta, and Riser will Limit Burst. That should still be plenty over the damage. Yeah, Roberta's still just ahead of Riser. But should have another perfect on that one. Okay, so that is the first fight and the first 4 areas. For the other fights, we'll pretty much just use the same teams to get the perfect scores. I don't see any reason that we'll have to change those. First fights are usually fairly easy, and then there's just a bunch of farming to do. I'll scan the fights when I do my farming. So we're going to end this video here. Hope everybody enjoyed.